and while everybody else, you know that they getting a certain amount of bread, and you stick to your guns of discipline, like, nah, for real. Majority of all of my day is gonna consist of, for real, my hustle, my purpose, my passion. That part right there. That's what I'm trying to pull out of this when I'm talking about from felons to entrepreneurship freedom. Because you find your freedom, because at first we be scared. We be scared like, shit, that money gonna be, I gotta have security.
Well, what are you scared of?
Security of having to depend on somebody. Because any real man always scared to have to depend on somebody.
Sure.
Because a man is not supposed to be somebody behind depending on somebody. He's supposed to be
scared of the unknown.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the horse pulling the cart.
Right. That part.
He's supposed to be the horse pulling the cart, though. Word up. At all times, any real dude. We done fell into a position by way of agendas that society has put out there that make us feel like we supposed to sit down and chill and relax. But nah, homie, every brother's supposed to be the leader of the tribe, and he's supposed to be the horse that's pulling the cart, and not the cart that's pulling the horse. That's the process. But what do we do when we become felons, though? We triple to double behind the 8 ball of what life is about to put in front of us to say, nah, hold on. You just going to make 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40, 50,000 a year. That's it. Not 250, not 360, not 745,000 a year because I got a felony. But shit, we finding ways by saying, you know what, I'm not. You're right. You're right. I may not be able to do it your way. But you know what? I'm going to chill the fuck up. And I'm going to go ahead and step out on the faith and be like, man, I'm going to be my own boss. Yeah. I create my own income. And for real, I can Donald Trump it. I can say whatever I want to say when it comes to paying my taxes. It was slow out here. It was slow. You know what I mean? Although I was eating. You know what I mean? And that's what this is about. Like, homies think that the possibilities of still reaching financial freedom is not there if they got to go to work. Well, they don't go to work. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Put some bread in that and then start blasting.
Isn't it just playing a different game? You feel me? I can't talk about the drug game. Never sold anything in my life, right? But I feel like the drug dealer was really the first entrepreneur, right?
Oh, it is. Listen, that's what we unwillingly we become businessmen and not even knowing it. You know what I mean? I mean, shrewd businessmen.
Yes.
Like that's like I'm cold. Like now, like I can see bullshit a mile away. I don't care if they white, black, Chinese, whatever. You know what I mean? I see it a mile away because of my street knowledge. You know what I mean? See it a mile away. So yeah, we becoming businessmen, don't even know it.
Yes.
You know, learning to count. You know,
touching a lot of money.
Yeah, all
you
that,
feel me?
man.
All that.
Learning the budget.
I know somebody. Hey, look, I know somebody that don't even know how to count. But he know how to count his money. You know what I'm talking about? Don't say it.
Nah, hell no.
No, do you know?
Ain't no doubt. I know.
Do you know?
I know.
I know. Man, got to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, the game teaches you how to count, and you don't even know how to count.
Right.
You don't even know how to read, but you know how to count that money. Yeah, you're right. Entrepreneurship, that's the first level of entrepreneurship.
That's the first step.
You're absolutely
that
right, man.
Back, like I always looked at it, I was an entrepreneur. I've been shouting out since I was young boy.
Right.
As soon as I peeped what it was. So even though, you know what I mean, niggas hustle this and that, but in my head, that was just that was entrepreneurship. That niggas ain't nothing like, wasn't nothing like it.
Yeah.
When you hustle,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You bust your first move. You first get that first dollar in your head. After that, it's on.
Yeah.
So that's just what, you know what I'm saying? You do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even when it came like me, I was cutting hair at like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Charged $3.
Yeah.
So once that happened, you know what I'm saying? Once I got, you want to cut, once that rolled in, so that's what I peep game. That was my entrepreneurship.
Right.
Where I'm
That's
like,
right.
you know,
That's
so
right.
you know, one thing leads to another. You know, you're gonna take it in different avenues, but it's the same concept.
It is.
I said.
It is. You absolutely
And you just
right,
take that and you roll with it.
Yeah.
That's what we've been doing. Sometimes it might get you take it in this direction, might get you in a little trouble or whatever.
Right.
But you learn, but that feeling you get, you know what I'm saying? It's like if people say it's a lifestyle addiction.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
You might not be on the dope,
Yeah.
but the lifestyle, you be digging at the entrepreneurship part of it. That freedom of being your own boss.
Yes. You ain't
know what
using
I'm
the
saying?
dope, but you own it.
Ain't nothing like
You
it.
ain't using it, but you
look
own it.
there,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you get that in your veins, you moving every day. You up
Yeah,
early.
ain't no doubt.
They up
Ain't
early,
no
you up
doubt.
early, wife
And that was my thing, man. When I finally decided to cross over and be legit, I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? All the effort that I used to put in that, man, you know what I mean? I used to dress up like a dope fiend. I was up 3, 4 in the morning out there with the dope fiend. Some of my best work, you know what I mean? So when I decided to do what I'm doing, I'm like, I'm gonna put all that effort into this, man. And that's little do they know, man. They find their passion and put all of that passion that you put into that drug dealing, into that, you can't miss. You cannot miss, man. I'm living proof.
Can't miss.
I'm living proof, bro.
Hey, bro, we just got started. We got real good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even introduced the homies yet.
Absolutely. Nah. look, but we start digging.
Yes, sir.
We start going in, and he was right. Let's grab that information because it's first and foremost is straight up authentic information. Yes. Damn, something wrong with my neck. It's authentic information, but above the mental poverty that we face, as well as the financial poverty that we face. Today, we're looking at a few brothers that have been like, we can pretty much say at some point in time they were modern day slaves, because the traditional slave is the one that some type of insignia is burned on their skin, and then they're held captive for a certain amount of years, and that's what also came with Jim Crow when they find a way to lock us up. But these brothers have been through a process where, as well as myself, you already know, as well as myself, where we've been incarcerated, where all of our privileges were taken from us. Freedom was taken from us. Financial freedom, we're going to find a way to get money in there, but not the real financial freedom. Physical freedom, most definitely, and in some cases, if you wasn't strong enough, spiritual freedom. But with that being said, these two brothers found a way to go ahead and knock out their incarceration, go ahead and do their time, and come out and support their families because they have children. And so in having children, you're actually bearing a situation where there's going to be a legacy. So they figured out the process of, first and foremost, I want to say, discipline. Discipline. Right after the discipline comes, okay, what is my purpose? I'll say, well, okay, because you got to have something to fuel your car. Your car is passion, right? You can put all the passion into the car. But if you don't put purpose into it, you're just going to be driving around crazy. I can speed around, but where am I going? You know what I mean? So they found a way to figure out what their discipline is, then their purpose, and then the passion made it go. And they became individuals that said, shit, I ain't going back to the joint. And not only am I not going back to the joint, I can actually find a way to make 6 figures a year. I can find a way to be the CEO, the boss, versus the employee. You know what I mean? I move how I want to move, and I get there when I say I'm going to get there. And I'm going to eat regardless. I found a way to purchase my first home, my first legitimate home. Nice crib, too, in a nice community. Man, I come from the corners. You know what I mean? I can sign this John Hancock. We're going to call it the Dirt Hancock. You know what I mean? To cop what it is that would make me comfortable, and with individuals not knowing when I'm sitting in at the tables for the loans and so on and so forth, for the contracts and speaking with the corporate individuals, not even understanding that I got 3 numbers up under me. I've done 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. I've had to grind and get down to it, but I found a way to say, shit, I'm going to boss my shit up. I'm going to be a CEO. I ain't working for y'all, and I'm still going to thrive in this community. 6 figures a year, too. We got to keep shouting 6 figures a year, because all these chicks are always talking about, I need a man that makes 6 figures a year. I don't even know what the grind is to get to that. You talk about 1% of somebody, and you make up almost 80% of how you looking, how you moving, and how you talking. But these brothers have grinded to get to the point to where they are, and they are successful businessmen, and in both cases, they've actually been able. There's a saying called "make sure that you're lifting while climbing." So when you climbing up your ladder, right, you got to reach back and grab some people because you already know what the trials and tribulations look like while going through that. Why wouldn't you grab some other people and for real? Allow them to not bump their heads just because you bump your head. Sacrifice the way Allah, Jesus, whatever you want to call him.
Everybody else,
right?
though.
Yeah, word up.
That's right.
So he's employing homies. Other fellas, though. You know what I mean? Word up. That's crazy, right? He's employing homies. Other fellas, though. You feel me? Yeah. This is the process, and this is what it's going to take for us to pull ourselves together and tighten up our bootstraps and get to moving. But, hey, T-Roy, we was just sitting here popping it about, man. I heard you sit back and say that you for real, that's what I was talking about, the purpose. Because if every homie pays attention, stop fucking chasing money, chase purpose and passion, you'll see that exactly what will bring you wealth. T-Roy, you inevitably, you went through your process of incarceration and the D game and the fast way, but you went back to what your purpose was, because you said you've been doing this shit, which I didn't know, since you were 12 years old. Can you run that shit back one more time about when, the moment you like, shit, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm decent.
You said 11, right? He stole a year from you. Stole a year.
Oh, you said 11? My bad.
Yeah, 11 years old.
Yeah, man, I'm about 11 years old, 6th grade. You know.
Cutting hair.
6th grade.
When I hit my first lick on the cut.
Yeah. $3 a pop.
Yeah, man, $3.
Yeah.
Lick me in charge.
For real.
Yeah.
My pop showed me that.
Right.
You know, me and my sister the same time. She was cutting my hair. Ain't one was going to the barbershop.
Right.
Tight.
Yeah.
Key words you just said, though, bro.
You feel me?
Key words you just said. Your pop showed you that. That's one big problem right there, bro.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
My bad.
Anytime for real, like it's your first teachers.
Yes, sir.
So if they show you something, you really take up. You won't pay attention.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Only took one time.
Right.
You feel me? So from that, you know what I mean? And then I took it from there.
Ain't no doubt. That first $3,
Yeah, you know.
Started something.
You know, once I got my first 3,
Yeah.
it was on.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
We could do this again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody gonna tell somebody word get around. You know, and that's my hustle.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, Torrance, that go back to when a young lady last episode. What was her name, brother? I'm sorry, man. Ayana
Wallace. Miss Ayana Wallace.
Your dad,
financial education.
Your dad was the first CEO of the business, the family business. You feel me? And see, that's the thing, man. It's a lot of foundations that's missing. You feel me? So that's step number 1 for us, right? Because in picking up the pieces, man, we always say we got the pieces. We just got to figure out how to put these motherfuckers together.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And you know, y'all talk about hustle. That's the dope game. Let's say that. That's hustle, right? You know what I ain't never did? Hustle. Because I went through the school game. Right. I didn't like school. Right. But I didn't want to hustle. And my mama didn't want me to be a hustler. You feel me?
Wasn't going to allow it, period.
So guess what? I'm going to follow my daddy, my CEO.
That's right.
Get up and go to work, boy. That's right. You feel me? I ain't like going to work. I ain't like going to school. Yeah. But I damn sure because of my mama, I wasn't going to go to jail. My whole family was going to jail. You feel me? So I ain't have to hustle. But it still wasn't purposeful. You feel me? So everybody had to make a decision. My prison was just a different. I was in jail, but I was still free. You feel me? I was still free. I was still mentally enslaved that I can't get out of this shit. I guess I didn't hustle, but I did grind. You feel me?
No doubt.
Because I didn't want to be in that motherfucker. I'm just grind through this shit. You feel me? That's a mental enslavement. But one thing I've been told this week, brothers, and I'm going to trust it. Because this shit right here, because I just left my job. You feel me? So now I really got to hustle.
Good.
24 years at the post office, bro.
Okay.
I feel guilty. Because me and his family, like, we trying to talk to me. He went on for real. Hey, but, let's go. Go ahead, my
24 years at the post office, bro. It was like, shit. It really got to a point where do or die, and I wasn't running from bullets and guns and nothing like that. But it was still, it was a grind. But sooner or later, you gotta choose self, and you gotta choose a different path if you know the one that you ain't on. The one that you on ain't working.
You know what it be in everybody. Guess what? It's like no matter everybody who got the job, been working for 20 years, even though they retired, They always get another side business or
Right.
hustle. They try to
totally
venture to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. I'm just breaking off a little sooner. You feel me? But not to cut y'all off. You feel me? You was going down the path, then you found a different purpose, different passion. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell y'all stories. I'm
That's
sorry.
that piece, though. Hey, look, that's that bridge. It's like a free. For me, it wasn't no bridge. I just went my own process. I had to, because at first I had to calm down from violence. I had to do what I needed to do. But when it was time, I still was dragging my feet. The Herbal League made a move on me that I ain't really dig, which motivated me.
Right.
Like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to contemplate.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get to the bag.
Yeah.
They made a move, pushed me on over. I had to fold on an 11-year situation. Well, I was helping my people. But that's the bridge, though, of nervousness. That's the bridge of being uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, like, because you got something you can do and be okay.
Yeah.
You can be okay. Like, for real, I can sit in this chair and shit. I like this chair. This motherfucking chair comfortable. Shit. I go sleep in this chair if I get too tired, right? Word up. But I can't go to sleep in that chair. But I need to sit in that chair, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's comfortable in the motherfucker in this chair. That comfort right there keep niggas poor mentally as well as physically. Right. You got to go ahead and get in that chair. Unfold that chair, yep. You know that chair done brought us a lot of promise within the past six, 7 months.
Yes, sir.
You see what happened down in Alabama about that chair. You utilize that chair the proper way. You heard? That's a black chair. But use that chair. The chair's uncomfortable. Word up, B. Hey, the chair's uncomfortable. Use that bitch. Sit in that chair. Because once you sit in that chair, you'll work your way back to this chair, though. Word up. You'll work your way back, but you got to be uncomfortable. And that's the fear zone, though. Word up. What was your fear zone? What was your fear zone, homie, when you actually, like, for real, cut something loose and was like, nah, it's just going to be just these legit moves. Or, whatever the case may be, where you had the confidence to be like, this shit going to pay either my rent or my mortgage, my gas and electric, and my water, and my motherfucking car note, and my car insurance, and possible health insurance, like for real. And I had like 3-4 rats at the end of it all. And I'm thinking the big end. Shit, 1,000. You know what I mean? Because I can eat 5 or put 5 up. Right? All my bills paid.
Plans.
I'm speaking quantitatively of reality on this level. You know what I mean? When did you come in that comfort zone like, oh shit, I can do this. I'll be all right. I just gotta calm down. I'll be all right. Don't. Because that's the biggest part. Hey, look, because all the homies, we have brash and innovative ideas coming out the penitentiary.
Yes.
But a nigga be nervous to cross the bridge because they know what to do, what's comfortable, versus sitting in that motherfucking chair for a minute, and because the chair unfolds. That is the piece right there that keeps us either slaves or we find our freedom, and then by way of freedom comes legacy. Because when we start doing that shit, we inevitably end up passing that shit down to our children because we can't do that shit forever. And we're going to make it successful because we're going to eat off them shits. When do you find the comfort zone in the right process, Dirk?
Well, me personally, it was always a struggle for me in the beginning, like, because, you know, once you're in the streets, like for like 10 years after I got out the streets, man, there was still dope fiends. I'd be somewhere, they like, I ain't been in the streets in 10 years. They like, what? They I'm like, nah, you know, I ain't in the streets, so it's always a struggle in the beginning. It's like the devil screaming, you know, and it's like the creator whispering, you know what's right and what's wrong, you know what I mean? But it's like the devil like, do it, you know what I mean? Do it, and you know, but the Most High in your ear, like, you know, stay the course, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes. So for real, for me, when I got all the way out the game, because I had a son late, I was 28 years old when I had my son, you know what I mean? And that was about the time that I was kind of, you know, just 2 years prior to that, I started tattooing. So now I'm into that. Now my name ringing a little bit. Now that I had this boy, I'm like, you know, when I first held him, I'm like, I don't never want to be away from this dude. You know what I mean? Like, this is it right here. Like, you know, I was already contemplating, but this is it right here. You know what I mean? I'm holding my purpose. You know what I mean?
You had a strong why.
You know what I mean? So, that was it for me, man. the day I had my son, that's what changed everything. That's when I got 100% out the game. And my son ain't like, he done been in trouble. I got a stepson. I've been in his life. He's 30 years old now. I've been in his life since he was 11. But I've been out the game. Like, my son ain't never one of them ever seen me with a scale. You know what I mean? So if you do whatever you gonna do, you ain't get it from this. You know what I mean? You can't. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Separated you. I changed my past.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They ain't never seen none of that. You know what I mean? They hear the stories. You know. Yeah. Certain people come
but
around.
But all they know you from is this.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Know what I mean?
Right. That's right. Yeah. So you know, as far as that go, I'm leading by example. As far as that go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now to do it for real. Like,
yeah.
You know, leaving away, coming away from your family.
Yeah.
And you come from a place where you don't been stripped of everything. Yeah. That you don't work for. You know what I mean? As far as you know what I mean, the dope game. You some shit happen, man. Shit go bad.
Stripped of everything. What? Been there. Been there. Man, I told you I got them 3 numbers. I came home with nothing every time. Wow. Yeah, thinking I got clothes here, money here. Shit, get home. Yeah. Get home, ain't none of that there.
Okay, let me ask you something now that you bring that up. Because you got 3 numbers. So, okay, first number, go do my time, come back out. I'm getting down. That's what it is. Yeah. Go back in. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Come back out. No, I'm getting down. I'm eating, man. Yeah.
This is the 2 right here. Let me tell you this. My last number was a gun. You know, I'm a felon now. You know what I mean? They kicked the spot in where I'm at. You know what I mean? In my room, it's like a little boarding house where we at. And I got the gun. Yeah, and I got the gun on the nightstand. I got the gun on the nightstand, so that's an automatic case. That was my 3rd number. I went, you know, that was the time I did a year maybe or whatever, however it went. But yeah.
All right. So you look. You just for real practice recidivism. This is what we talking about Dad's group home, the recidivism of the revolving door, right? How you go in and you come right back out, and you going right back in. This is what recidivism means: the revolving door of you going in and out the penitentiary, creating new numbers, and creating wealth for real for your county and your state, right? Because of your new numbers, right? With that being said, somehow you find a way to say, all right, I'm going in, but I'm coming back out. Yeah. And I'm going to be, like, creating 6 figures a year after coming out. The moment you came out on that after that 3rd number, something was different. First number, I'm going to get it, nigga. 2nd number, let's get active still. Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. 3rd number, something changed.
Yeah, that told you that.
That part right there is from when you walk, either, like, for real, for some people, it start in there. For all of us, it start in there. So that part for me, for my money, when we in there talking that shit, that part don't count. Because we under pressure. We locked up. Everybody won't do good. Everybody won't be good.
But, you know, but the same
No.
It sounds good. Like you said, you're right. But, you know, if some cats, you taking action, you taking classes, you know what I'm saying? You in a little program, you doing some schooling.
That stuff is there, right?
Yeah. So you read stuff.
We been doing it.
No, like
I did it.
I know me. I used to read. I know you was too.
I got an associate's degree in that bad baby.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
I did all that shit. So I was tricking them at the parole board.
But you still, that's cool to get you out. But when you got out, you still was it was in you.
Nah, I went to get money.
I know, but it's still because you had your plan. You know what you was gonna do.
No.
You went to school after that. I'm talking about that part. The school part stuck with you.
Yeah, that was a long time. I caught 2 more cases. I got caught with guns and shit.
But the school part stuck with you.
Remember they were talking about I was the police?
Yeah.
They were talking about I was the police and everything. I caught 2 gun cases. I ain't go nowhere. I think I was the police too. Shit. I done already reanalyzed the shit. I had to think about it.
I think I was the police
too. Look, my homegirl, first it was Clyde. Clyde older than favorite because Clyde sank some damn body. So he already sunk somebody, so he got me through by way of Pedro ass. Then my homegirl, may she rest in peace, Margaret Allen, got me out of a case, came in that motherfucker crying. Shit, I beat 2 gun cases with the shootout with the police that I did time for. To God be the glory. So look, but that's that part I'm talking about. But right there, McGirt did something like, this is the missing piece of the sauce. They asked me, like, what do you do to cross over? What is the part where right there coming out of there where you said to yourself and you stuck to it like, man, I ain't going back in that bitch, because that's the problem. You know that's the problem. That's the meat of this shit. This show is about
Listen,
from
that
felons
last
to
number-
entrepreneurship freedom, but the shit you got to go through to get to entrepreneurship freedom after being a felon and having a criminal mentality. That part right there, that's your sauce.
Right.
That's our secret. That's your secret.
Yeah. Ain't
You know what I mean?
Ain't no doubt.
And this is the piece that we got to get, homies. Right there, nigga. When you thinking about I know the number's gonna be slow. Give me some motherfucking quantitative numbers. Give me some motherfucking successes that you cool with, cause you like, nah, for real, I ain't doing it like that. I ain't doing it like that. Cause we're visual people. They hear what we saying, but man, we gotta tell them, like, I'm about to tell them in a minute, shit, cause I'm on my shit now. I done quit. I resigned from the Urban League because I help my people. I'm good. But we got to tell them exactly where we are, our number of life, of what we've been through, what we've done, and goddamn how shit for real on cruise control right now. And I'm cool, and I ain't even got to for real worry about the feds. I ain't even got to worry about robbery boys. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. And I'm staying with my new baby. I'm going to be here to guide and raise that child. Yeah. And I'm going to be a motherfucking grandfather. And I'm creating some shit where I can leave a legacy. And I'm uplifting the community just by me handling my business and staying here. That part. Shit.
That part.
Like we're actually trailblazers of what needs to fucking take place and show homies, like, for real. Oh, you all right, if you affiliate, go ahead with that little bit, man. But for real, here's the game. Shit, the trucking business, you can fucking be making drug money. Yeah. Like racks a week, anywhere from 3,000 to 6 bands a week. Yeah. That's just one hustle. I done seen something about transportation. Go to the bank, get you a motherfucking loan for blah, 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 blah. We could talk about that, about the crib. We could talk about that, about the trucking company and the barbershop or whatever. But all I'm stating is, man, we can, as fellas coming up out of that cage, we ain't got to stay in that space. Yeah. We are living, breathing examples, and we exemplify that, hey, for real, you'll be all right. And for real, you'll still look fly doing that shit. Sure. Word up. Sure. You know what I mean? Motherfucker look at you a certain way, still think you're affiliated, but nah, player. I'm not. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I think it comes to a point where when I made my leap of faith, I guess, because it's fucking faith and it's really uncomfortable right now, you know? You just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, this path ain't working for you no more, you know? And for me, honestly, it was my breaking when my son was murdered, you know? Because everything that I did, as far as the safe route, was to protect him from his demise ultimately was. You feel me? So now it's like, okay, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm broken. So I ain't got no choice but to try another route. You feel me? And then when you talked about the recidivism rate, right? You know, I don't know who's biblical in here, but I always liken it to the children of Israel when they got away from Egypt, right? And Pharaoh was chasing them and they crossed the Red Sea. Word. Then they was going
hot on their tail.
They hot on their tail, and they was promised the land of milk and honey, but most people only saw giants. You feel me? So then, because of their unbelief, right, they had to circle that same mountain for 40 years. You feel me? So that's the thing. Like, that's with the work life. That's with the drug life. That's with any life that's not benefiting you, but you keep going the same fucking path. Right. Now you become, I was laughing at myself when I was riding over here. I said, I was really the first AI. I was really the first robot. You feel me? Like, for real, like, you feel me? I was really just, it was a great program. I'm not complaining. Because I wasn't ducking and diving, but I wasn't living and I wasn't serving. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. You feel me? So everybody has a purpose and a passion, like y'all said. And that's my biggest thing, and that's why I'm so glad that, cuz, I don't know when he come back. If he don't. But, you know, I'm loving this. You feel me? I don't know the drug game. I don't know nothing about that life. I don't want to claim gangster, nothing like that. But I also know that us as black people, us as black men, we could play a different game at this point of our lives.
Yeah,
We don't have to be ducking. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know the environment or everything. But what I've seen, what I've known, and I've got to know you well. You've traveled a different path. You've seen a lot back there. But you traveling a different, so that life is real, that you can't switch directions, right?
Transferable skills.
Come on, man.
It's called transferable skills.